Transitional words are also logical clue words. Transitional words tell the reader the relationship between ideas, thus providing the direction of subsequent ideas. Some transitional words signify that the following ideas will add details to or support for the previous sentence. Some others signify that the next sentence will provide a contrast to or comparison with the previous sentence, and so on. Connotation. To use transitional words properly, we need to understand the connotation of a word or phrase. In addition to literal meaning, words and phrases can invoke certain emotions. That is, we may react positively or negatively to the words, positive meaning pleasant and negative meaning unpleasant emotion. This emotional meaning of a word is called the connotation of the word. Since the connotative meaning can be either positive or negative, it expresses the attitude of the speaker and invokes emotional response from the listener. Consider the word bitch, whose literal meaning is a female dog. As a slang word, however, the word often has negative connotations. When applied to a woman, it can mean that the person is unreasonable, malicious, controlling, aggressive, or dominant. When applied to a man, bitch means the opposite. That is, the person is submissive and cowardly. The connotation of a word can change depending on the context. For instance, in a feminist context, the word bitch rather has a positive meaning, as it connotes a strong and assertive woman. Understanding the connotation of a word can be difficult for non-native speakers. Luckily, in formal speech and writing, words have fixed connotations if there is one. Many English words have the same literal meaning but the opposite connotations. For example, both trustful and gullible mean the property of believing without suspicion. However, trustful person has a positive connotation, but a gullible person has a negative connotation. A trustful person connotes innocence or straightforwardness. A gullible person is easily tricked or manipulated. Another example is frugal and cheap, both meaning economizing money. However, a frugal person has a positive connotation, but a cheap person has a negative connotation. When two ideas to be presented consecutively have the same connotation, that is, either both positive or both negative, we use transitional words for addition. On the other hand, when two ideas to be presented consecutively have the opposite connotation, that is, one is positive and the other is negative, we use transitional words for contrast. These are examples where a transitional word for addition is needed. Snow White is beautiful. She is kind. Both sentences have positive connotations, so to combine them, we need a transitional word for addition. Snow White is beautiful and she is kind. Both of the following sentences have negative connotations. So again, we need a transitional word for addition. Snow White's stepmother is ugly. She is mean. Snow White's stepmother is ugly and she is mean. These are examples where a transitional word for contrast is necessary. Snow White is beautiful. She is gullible. Snow White's stepmother is mean. She is resourceful. In both cases, the first idea and the second idea are in the opposite direction. In the first case, from positive to negative, and in the second case, from negative to positive. So we need a transitional word for contrast. Snow White is beautiful, but she is gullible. Snow White's stepmother is mean, but she is resourceful.